Hello everyone, my name is Kashish Naik and in this video I will be talking about law of torts. So let's start with the introduction. What is tort? Tort is a civil wrong that deals with non-contractual wrongs. The word tort is derived from a Latin word tortum, which means twisted or wrong. The main objective of this act is to provide relief to the person who have suffered harm due to the another person wrong and to deter such situation in future. Next, we will talk about the pigeonhole theory. This theory was introduced by the legal scholar named Salmond. According to this theory, a wrongful act to be considered a tort, it must fit into some specified theory or pigeonhole theory. If it does not, it is not actionable in tort. However, modern courts have now moved on from this theory and now recognize new wrongs when justice demands. Next, let me tell you the essentials of a tort. A wrongful act to be considered a tort, there must be some essentials. First, a wrongful act or omission. Second, legal damage or injury. Third, a legal remedy must be present. It is not enough for someone to suffer a loss if there is no violation of right. Next, let me tell you the difference between tort, contract and crimes. Tort are the civil wrongs with compensation as remedy, and contract are the breach of agreement between parties, whereas crimes are the offences against society punished by state. Each one has different nature, remedy and burden of proof. There are some general defenses in tort. If these defenses are proved successfully, then person can be free from the liability. These general defenses include: first, volenti non fit injuria, which means consent; second, act of God; third, inevitable accident; fourth, mistake; fifth, private defense; and at the last, sixth, statutory authority. Next, let's talk about the strict and absolute liability. The strict liability. This principle was established in a famous case named Rylands versus Fletcher. It states that a person can be held liable for the dangerous activity or substance kept in their place and without the negligence. However, there are certain exceptions like act of God or inevitable accident. Next, absolute liability. This is the stricter version of strict liability and it was introduced in the case of MC Mehta versus Union of India. Under this rule, a person can be held fully liable for the harm caused by it even without any defense. For example, a company engaged in dangerous activities will be held fully liable. It ensures full accountability for the cases involving industrial disaster. Next is vicarious liability. Vicarious liability means holding a person legally responsible for a wrongful act committed by another person. A common example of this is employer and employee relationship. A employer can be held liable for the tort committed by the employee during the course of employment. This principle is based on the principle that a person who benefits from the work should also bear the risk associated with it. Next, let's talk about the defamation. Defamation refers to the another person's reputation by a false statement. Defamation can be of two types. First, libel, which is a written. Second, slander, which is spoken. A defamation can be proved by the three essentials. First, a false statement. Second, publication to third party. And last, a damage to reputation. Next is negligence. Negligence is a failure to take a responsible care which result in harm to another person. There are some key elements. First is duty of care, second breach of that duty, third damage. Next is nuisance. Nuisance is an unlawful interference of a person's use or enjoyment of their land. There can be two types of nuisance. First is private, which affect a individual, for example, noise from a neighbor. Second is public nuisance. Public nuisance affect a general public, for example, blocking a road. Next is remedies in torts. Tort law provides certain remedies to compensate or prevent further harm. These remedies can be damages, which is financial compensation to the loss suffered. Second, injunction. Court can order to stop wrongful act. Third is specified restitution, which is return of unlawful property. Next is trespass. Trespass is the interference with someone's person, property or good. It include trespass to person, which means assault or false imprisonment. Second, trespass to land, which means unauthorized entry to someone's land. Third, trespass to goods, which means interference with someone's personal belongings. Next are leading cases. There are some important landmark cases in tort law. First is Rylands versus Fletcher, which established the strict liability. Second, Donaghy versus Towson, who laid down the foundation of negligence. Third, Mehta versus Union of India, which introduced the absolute liability in India. At the last, in conclusion, law of tort play a vital role in protecting individuals' rights and provide justice in civil cases. It ensures that those who cause the harm will held liable and the victim receive the fair compensations. As society evolves, so does the tort law. It adapts to new challenges and uphold the principle of fairness and justice. Thank you for watching the video.